Hello, my writing pals, it's me, your girl, Xanna, and today I'm going to teach you how to properly wax seal a letter and make it so that it is able to be sent through the United States Postal Service. I am doing this from the good old US of A, so I am not sure if the process is exactly the same overseas. In fact, I doubt that it is. But this is how it's done here in the States. Wax sealing letters is something I am very fond of. I love sending letters. It is one of my Patreon tiers. I think it is wonderful, and when I was looking into wax sealing letters, there wasn't a lot of information out there online. And in fact, some of the information I received was actually false. So I'm here to teach you guys how to do it because it is possible, it is legal. There are some people out there who will say that it is no longer legal to send wax sealed letters through the mail. They are wrong. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it.
First things first, we're gonna do a little rundown of how to address an envelope. In the upper left-hand corner, that is where your address, the sender's address, goes, and in the center is the recipient. Up here in the upper right-hand corner is where the stamps go. In order to send a letter, you need to have proper postage. I prefer using forever stamps, they're good forever, and these are some pretty ones. Because my letter is green, I picked a green stamp. The next thing that you're going to need in order to send a wax-sealed letter is the extra ounce stamp. That is a 15-cent stamp. What this does is it hand cancels the letter so that the letter doesn't have to go through the machine. You can also substitute both of these stamps, the forever and the extra ounce, for a 2-cent stamp or 2-ounce stamp. The extra ounce stamp can either go under the forever stamp or next to it. Doesn't really matter as long as all the stamps are in that upper right-hand corner. Now for the wax seal. As I said, my letter theme is green, the card is green, the ink is green, so I want my wax seal to be green as well. So I picked some colors that will look pretty together and complement each other, have some nice shine. My wax seal, my stamp of choice, was this really pretty cat stamp. It's a cat surrounded by flowers. I love it with my whole heart. The next thing we do is that we get ourselves a fire. We need to melt the wax, and currently the only way I know how to do that is with a tea lamp or tea light. I might get like a mug warmer, like one of those electric mug warmers, and see if that works. Another thing is that you're going to need a metal tablespoon of sorts, something to hold your hot wax, and then pour it onto the letter. I typically forget to keep cleaning mine out because I never know if I'm going to use the same wax colors for my next letter. The easiest thing to do to clean out your spoon is to heat it up and then wipe it out with a tissue. And then we just drop our little wax beads in. Wow, my footage just looked horrible there. I hope it didn't look horrible for you. One thing you're going to have to do is make sure you don't knock the light out. You can also use a toothpick to push the wax beads down onto the spoon to help melt them faster. I find it pretty efficient. You can either mix also with the toothpick, or you can just keep it unmixed for a nice marble effect. So whatever you like. I've seen some of my friends will mix beads together to make a custom color, and that's really pretty. I usually prefer the marbled look though. Melting the beads doesn't usually take too long, so it's a process that doesn't tend to take too long. I like getting my wax to the point where it's basically bubbling. Just about boiling my wax. It should move pretty fluidly inside the spoon when you swirl it around a little bit. And at that point, you know you're ready to dump it onto the letter. Make sure that you've got your stamp handy and nearby because this wax will harden pretty quickly. Double check to make sure that your stamp is oriented properly, and I like kind of smushing and swirling my stamp around in the wax to make sure that I get a good coverage all the way around the stamp. Not necessarily necessary, but just something fun that you can do. And then it's just a waiting game. So again, quick reminder, to send these through the mail, you need your postage coverage. I think cost is like 72 cents, and then you need the extra ounce stamp, or instead of those two, the 2-ounce stamp. And while I was waiting for that to harden, I went ahead and got the washi tape that I would use to decorate this letter. I usually put the washi tape on before I wax seal. The wax seal is usually the last thing that I do. I usually address and then washi tape. Today we're doing things decently backwards. But yeah, here's a look at it. It's really pretty. I don't even know if you can really see it that well. Hopefully you can. I feel like I can on my computer screen, so like, tough if you can't. I'm just kidding. Oh no, I already sent it. I was gonna say I'd send some photos to Instagram, but meh. I'll get the recipient to send me some photos. Here's some other stamps that I did recently. Aren't they so pretty? Let me just pat myself on the back there. And now I'm going to teach you a fun, extra cool trick for making your stamp design stick out. And that is using, whoa, hit the camera there, gilded, like apple barrel folk art paint. The metallic stuff, it's beautiful. I like shaking it up, so I create a bubble at the top of the capsule. Then I take the eraser of a pencil and like erase on the top of the wax seal. So it's a flat surface. It's perfect for just getting on that embossed raised surface. It really helps the design stand out, and because it's paint, it's acrylic paint, it's going to dry down very well, so there isn't the risk of rubbing it off like there might be with ink. I really like doing this. I think it adds an extra level to my wax seals. I think it's really pretty. You just wipe off the pencil between when you want to change colors. Pretty easy, pretty fun. You can also do this with paint pens, maybe Sharpies as well. Alcohol-based markers, I've tried that. It's really hard to get the ink to stay on, but I mean, if you can manage it, it'd probably stick pretty well. And then, you know, you can just wipe off any extra paint that gets anywhere, because it's liquid paint, you know? It's not really gonna go anywhere when it's dry, but when it's wet, you can clean it right off. You only put it where you want it. It's perfect. Let me just, like, nicely arrange things to make it look picturesque. Ha ha ha. I'm so fancy, aren't I? Hope you've had fun.
And there we have it. We have our wax sealed letter. I think it turned out really good. So quick reminder. You need a stamp to cover the cost of postage. I use forever stamps because they are good forever, and it's generally just saves me the hassle of having to go into the post office to send things. And then you need the extra ounce stamp. This is a 15-cent stamp. You can, as I said, hopefully, get the 2-ounce stamp, and you will only need one 2-ounce stamp. I just prefer using the forever stamp and the 1 ounce because sometimes I don't wax seal my letters. If it's going particularly far or if it's particularly hot outside, I will not wax seal my letters, but in general, almost every letter I send gets wax sealed. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure that you like and subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. I upload videos about once a week, usually on Friday, with bonus content in the week before Friday. Rarely, but it happens. You can also find me on all of my socials. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at XannasBooks. You can find me on TikTok at WitchDrXanna, and you can support me on my Patreon, patreon.com/XannasBooks. Reminder again that one of my tiers is the Pen Pal tier, and you will get letters in the mail from me monthly. Yeah, I think that's about it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!